This is going viral, and Crying Ryan's wife must be in full meltdown mode. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything It Ends With Us saga. This is a 3-in-1 video. Multiple updates for you, starting with shampoo company owner Blake Lively has some new body mists and hairsprays out. I told you about that already, but her very rich husband, Ryan Reynolds, wants you all to give her your money. Look at him here promoting the hair and body mist from Blake Brown Beauty. Body mist, you say? Justin Baldoni could also be promoting things on his social media. The new movie that he produced with his Wayfarer Studios just premiered yesterday at Cannes. Yes, the same movie that is the directorial debut of Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife, Scarlett Johansson. Eleanor the Great received a 5-minute standing ovation and a lot of critical praise. If Justin Baldoni wanted to, it would make a lot of sense and be good for his business if he promoted that fact. But he did not post anything on his social media about it. 'Cause he's smart. Ryan Reynolds, however, buy her crap. Buy her crap. In a philanthropic move of the money that Blake Brown Beauty takes from you when you buy their products, they have committed to giving to charity 0%. Ryan should use some of that body mist because the stench of the It Ends With Us saga is all over him and his wife and their friends and family. In a new interview, Rob McElhenney, who is one of the partners alongside Ryan Reynolds in that Wrexham soccer club, was asked about everything going on with his friend and business associate. McElhenney showed the interviewer from Variety his phone and how he and Ryan Reynolds often exchanged joke videos throughout the day. It's a lot, the writer says. Rob McElhenney explains, it's just our way of staying connected and navigating something together. And also me giving and showing as much support as I possibly can with all the other stuff that he's got going on that I know is so difficult and challenging. We both are just trying to offer our support in any way that we can that doesn't just simply add oxygen to the fire. By we, Rob means himself offering support and his wife, actress Caitlin Olsen. An unproblematic power couple. Speaking of problematic, I had this thought. Remember that video I made earlier this week with the explosive allegations from 6 former employees at her now defunct Gwyneth Paltrow knockoff company? Stanky Blakey launched Preserve back in 2014 as her attempt to take on Goop. Curated, selling crap to people. Not all too different from what she does now. Former staffers can't speak on the record because they signed NDAs, and many of them also received payouts. They were threatening legal action because of the toxic workplace environment. Many of the allegations centered around the Nepo baby's brother, failed actor Eric Lively, who helped her run Preserve. Former staffers claimed mistreatment, expecting people to work crazy hours, that he had an affair while married with one of the employees, etc., etc., etc. And you know what? They kept this secret for a decade. And we wouldn't have heard about any of it if it weren't for her. Now, Justin Baldoni's accuser is not only suffering her own reputational damage, but also her family is having reputational damage, including her brother, her husband, and her mother. Oh, yes, her mother. Remember people doubting the story about the abuse that she suffered from a coworker? Well, this part of the story is going viral, and it could have all been forgotten had it not been for it ends with extortion. I did not remember this because I have 3 kids and barely sleep, and the brain is like a sponge, y'all. It can only hold so much information until it starts spilling, leaking out. You all remember the racism scandal with the Plantation Princess. That front and center, and I've reminded you about that. She and Dick Poole got married in a plantation in the South, Boone Hall in South Carolina. They tied the knot in 2012, and then 8 years later felt really bad about having said I do in a place where slavery was the norm. So, as a show of repentance, the twosome donated money to the NAACP in 2020. However, as I told you all earlier this month, Ryan Reynolds had a business named after the plantation. They got married in 2012. In 2015, Ryan Reynolds registered Boone Hall LLC in the state of New York. And as I told you all, after this was uncovered, it was only this month that Alanis Morissette's former husband decided to close that business. Ryan Reynolds' Boone Hall LLC was dissolved on May the 12th. This May the 12th, 2025. So the stench of racism follows the two around, and holy hell, when it launched, Preserve, her flop company, initially faced criticism for selling goods that were said to be inspired by the allure of the antebellum South, aka the period of slavery. It's been reported that at one point, her site's newsletter published pro-slavery propaganda by praising pre-Civil War Southern ladies, or the wives of slave owners, for possessing inherent social distinction and setting standards for style and appearance. That's on brand. It tracks. Meanwhile, the sham-tastic and shameless Blake continues to do press for her new body mist and hairspray with InStyle and also Bizarre, both of whom are complicit and ask nothing about the It Ends With Us saga. And she points out that her favorite fan, Van City Reynolds, her husband, really legitimately uses Blake Brown Beauty's hair and body mists. Pause if you want to read that. I don't care. And I don't care what she tells InStyle or Bizarre about her products. I care about justice. Justice for Justin and the truth. And the truth is, she's got a lot of skeletons in her closet, and so does her husband. And now they are facing these racism accusations yet again, which she will probably ignore. And scene. That's everything for now. Thoughts on what we've discussed? Let's get into it in the comments section.